Hi again, Dennis Vedder from Xpand here with another how-to video about Xpand Portal, which is part of the series of videos about the Xpand Portal solution. The topic of today's tutorial is how to create a new portal grid page. On the portal you can create various types of pages depending on their purpose, how you want them to look like, and what kind of information to display. Here are the most typical pages that you can add. You can create a dashboard, which is a home page of the portal, and normally hosts some personalized information in a way that is easy to read and analyze. It may contain queue tiles, charts, and embedded grid pages. The next page type is a grid page. This page displays data for an entity in the form of a list view. Additionally, for a grid page, you can create a detail page or a card. This card may have some header, its own grid with lines, and is usually used to edit data or display a document with a header and lines. Also, you may create a My Account page to host account-related settings. This page is displayed only in CMS, but from it you can create other account-related pages such as the login page, logout page, password recovery, and account registration. And finally, you can create pages with simple content, such as text and images. Such a page does not display any data retrieved from the data source. In this video, I'll use a grid page as an example to show you how you can create a new portal page. As a source of data for our page, we're going to use one of the existing data sources. Here is an example of the portal configuration. I have a dashboard with some overview of information. I have various grid pages. Some of the grid pages have a card linked to them. But here on the home page, one of the tiles displays the total number of sales credit memos among other document statistics, but I don't have any grid page where I would be able to view the details. If I go to my sales documents, I have only quotes and invoices. So let's say I want to add such a grid page knowing that I have the corresponding data source. To do it, I'm going to open CMS. We can create a page in various levels in the menu. In this case, I already have other related sales documents, sales quotes and sales invoices. So my new page will be on the same level as other documents. To create the new page, I'm going to right-click Sales Documents and choose Create. Here are the options available for this page on this specific menu level. In my case, I need a grid page. I'm going to enter the name of the page to be able to identify it in CMS. Also, I'm going to enter the title. The title will be displayed on the front end of the page itself. Also, I'm going to enter the title for the menu item. There are some other optional settings such as the subtitle, the title for the browser tab, which is displayed here. Also some settings for the menu. You can hide it, the menu item, or you can split it with a line, make the menu compact, and so on. But I'll simply choose the icon, which will be also shown next to the menu item. Here at the bottom, I have the Navigate To page. This page will be opened if you choose the Edit icon on the line. In our case, we already have a card for all types of sales documents, so I'm going to select this page as my Navigate To page in this case. On the Data Source tab, we need to select the source of data for our page. In this case, I'll use the already existing data source, which is called Sales Document Header. This is a single data source for all types of sales documents in this configuration. Therefore, I need to also specify a filter so that the portal knows that in my case, I'm interested in only sales credit memos. So I'm going to set a filter by the document type field, which should be equal to sales credit memos. On the Grid tab, I need to specify which of the columns will be available for this page, their default order, and also I'll need to configure some of the functions that may be available on the created page. So let's add several fields first. I'll add the number of the document field. Also, I have some other optional settings here. I can make the column freeze, just like in Excel, where the column will be always visible when the user scrolls the list to the right. I can make the field editable. In this case, I also need to specify the permissions of the rows that will be able to do it. I can specify the data type, data format string, and so on. All this is necessary only if you're going to make the field editable. Let's add a couple of more fields, for example, the bill to customer name. Let's also add the posting date here. And one more field. For example, let it be amount including VAT. As for the available functions, we're going to allow the users to change the order of columns, to resize them, and also to sort data. And finally, I need to define the permissions for the page. These permissions define which columns will be displayed for a specific member role and which of the functions that depend on permissions, such as exporting data to Excel or saving it as PDF, printing out or downloading document attachments and so on, will be available for the selected role. These permissions can be broken down into multiple permission sets, if necessary. In such a way, you will have different columns and functions availability for different sets of member roles. In this case, I'll use a single permission set and select some of the roles in it to which the permissions will apply. I'll select all the fields to be visible and also leave all the functions available by default. So every portal member that belongs to the selected roles will have the corresponding columns and functions availability as configured in this setup. We're done with configuring the settings for the created grid page. Let's save them and publish it, and then check the front end to see the results. If I refresh my front end, go to the sales menu and open my documents. Here is the created menu item, which opens the created page, sales credit memos. And if I try to open the card for it, my navigate to page opens the corresponding sales document card. This concludes this tutorial, in which we added a simple grid page to display data based on the available data source. Hope this video was helpful for you. As always, on our channel you can find our other videos about Xpand Portal to learn more about it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.